Let's take a look at Skill 21, Writing Improper Fractions as Mixed Numbers. Another skill that I saw students were having difficulty with as we were multiplying fractions was how to change an improper fraction to a mixed number. This review should help you with that skill to remind you how to do that correctly. A fraction such as 8/5 or 8 over 5 is called an improper fraction because the numerator is greater than the denominator. So anytime you have a numerator greater than the denominator, it is an improper fraction. Improper fractions are often expressed as mixed numbers. A mixed number is the sum of a whole number and a fraction. We're going to follow the steps in example 1 to write 8/5 as a mixed number. So step 1 says divide the numerator by the denominator. Now we've done this before to change a fraction to a decimal, but that's not what we're doing. We're going to stop. Instead of making it a decimal, we're going to use the remainder to write our improper fraction as a mixed number. Step 2 then, we're going to write the remainder as a fraction. So when we divide the numerator by the denominator, 8 goes inside the box, 5 outside. 5 goes into 8 one time. 1 times 5 is 5. 8 minus 5 is 3. So our whole number is going to be 1, and then our remainder is our numerator, and 5 is our denominator. Example 2, 38/4 or 38 over 4, written as a mixed number in simplest form. We're going to take 38 divided by 4. 4 goes into 38 9 times. 9 times 4 is 36. 38 minus 36 is 2. So we have 9 and 2 over 4. So 2 is the remainder. It goes in the numerator. 4 continues to be the denominator, just like it was in the original problem. And 9 is our whole number. Now we also know that we can divide 2/4 by its GCF of 2, and our answer is going to be 9 1/2. So 9 1/2 is 38/4 written as a mixed number in simplest form. Let's take a look at the examples below and work them together. Number 1 is 7/5. Now, if you are good at it, and most of you have not gotten to this point yet, you can do the division like I'm going to do on the first one. If you are not good at that, then you actually need to show your division to get your answer. So number 1, I would ask myself, for 7/5 or 7 over 5, how many times does 5 go into 7? Well, I know that 5 goes into 7 one time. 7 then minus 5, because 5 times 1 is 5. 7 minus 5 is 2, and I would put the denominator the same, so 1 2/5. If you are not very good at that yet, I would highly suggest that you go ahead and put your numerator inside, denominator outside. 5 goes into 7 one time. 1 times 5 is 5. 7 minus 5 is 2. So here's our numerator. Denominator remains the same. So 1 2/5. Number 2, we have 13 over 8. 8 goes into 13 one time. 1 times 8 is 8. 13 minus 8 is 5. So 1 5/8. So far our fractions have been in simplest form, so we haven't needed to reduce them. Number 3, 13 over 4. 4 goes into 13 3 times. 3 times 4 is 12. 13 minus 12 is 1. So 3 1/4. Let's take a look at this one as a division, because sometimes I think it's easier for those of you who aren't good at doing the math in your head to go ahead and show the work so you can see it. 4 goes into 13 3 times, just like we said down here. 3 times 4 is 12. 13 minus 12 is 1. 1 is our numerator. 4 is our denominator. Number 4, we have 22 over 7. So 22 divided by 7. 7 goes into 22 3 times. 3 times 7 is 21. 22 minus 21 is 1. So 3 1/7. Let's look down at number 5. 6/4. So 6 divided by 4. 4 goes into 6 one time. 1 times 4 is 4. 6 minus 4 is 2. 4 then It goes into 6 one time with a remainder of 2 over 4, but I need to simplify 2/4 to 1/2, so 1 and 1/2. Just remember that you need to make sure you always simplify everything to the simplest form. Number 6, 14 over 8. 14 divided by 8. 8 goes into 14 one time. 1 times 8 is 8. 14 minus 8 is 6. So I have 1 remainder 6 over 8. But I can simplify 6/8 because they're both even numbers. They divide by 2, 1 and 3/4. Number 7, 9 divided by 6. 6 goes into 9 one time. 1 times 6 is 6. 9 minus 6 is 3. So I have 1 and 3 over 6. 3 over 6 will reduce to 1/2. So my answer is going to be 1 and 1/2. Number 8, 14 over 10. So I take 14 and divide it by 10. 10 goes into 14 one time. 1 times 10 is 10. 14 minus 10 is 4. So my numerator is 4, my denominator is 10. Both of those are going to be divisible by 2. So 1 and 2/5. This is a skill that you really need to master, and so you need to maybe go back and review the video one more time once you've taken the notes so you can actually listen to what it is that I'm saying and review it as you go. Once you are satisfied that you understand how to change improper fractions to mixed number in simplest form, then you can go ahead and start the Skill 21 homework page, and that's going to be problems 9 through 34. You do need to do the 2 word problems at the bottom. What I need to see from you is an answer on this sheet, and I need to see your work on a separate sheet if you need to do it. Please do not use a calculator for this because you will be taking a quiz over these skills to make sure that you can do them without a calculator. So if you do need to show the division, show it on a separate sheet, and any reductions on a separate sheet, and just put your answers on this sheet. Otherwise, I'm afraid it's going to get a little too congested to make it easier to grade.